Hey guys, today I have a little bit different video. So basically I got my personal camera and I'm trying to do as more video as I can because as always I'm short on time and everybody busy. I'm busy also to running my stuff around. And so right now I'm gonna do the video myself, and the video I'm gonna do that's about one of the, I would say, most interesting car I ever got. I got a couple of those cars before, but right now I have one in my possession, so I can drive it. I can do the video. I can do a lot of stuff about it, and it's actually so good to be the dealer because you have a lot of cool stuff. You can drive it daily, and it's one of the three locations I got where we stuck in the cars. I'm stuck in my cars. And that's the car the video gonna be about today. That's a 2016 Mercedes GTS AMG. It has 70,000 miles, and this car going for sale for 65,000. Isn't cool? Let's drive it and see how cool this car is. So guys, as I said previously, I got this car to drive today and I'm gonna do the video and review about it. How cool to have this 2016 Mercedes GT AMG S or GTS AMG, whatever you're gonna call it. But it's a 2016, it's in a great shape. It has V8 twin turbo engine and it has 70,000 miles on it. How cool is that? But the price on this car, not 20, not 30, they goes between 60 and 70,000 price with that mileage. That's crazy. Is a really good car, is a really good quality build back in the days 8 years ago. To buy one right now, we're gonna find out right now. So that's 2016, but look how nice this car looks like. And if you're gonna drive it right now, again, nobody knows what year, how many miles on this car. Even if you're gonna buy the salvage one, still nobody cares. The car looks amazing. It is producing a lot of sound because the exhaust system on this Mercedes AMG just crazy, and that V8 twin turbo engine makes super loud but same time luxury expensive noise. And it's cool to drive one right now. Again, some people asking me how much I paid for that, but actually they thinking it's maybe more than 150,000, but this car worth around 65, and obviously I pay a little bit less than that. So let's go about the design for this car. That's a supercar, that's for sure supercar, and it looks like came from 60s with those Falcon doors. Mercedes, the one used to be icon for the whole Mercedes industry. It's still beautiful. 8 years old right now, 70,000 miles on it. The car looks amazing. I love it, every shape of that. The tail lights, the headlights, they are so amazing. Look at those LED lights. Can you compare something else to those LED tail lights right now? I don't think there's so many cars, I would say so, for that money you can buy. Is it worth it to buy it for 70,000 right now as a used Mercedes GT Coupe? I think it's worth it because the prices for those cars, they're not gonna go cheap anytime soon. It is still huge demand on that. People want it. I want one too. If I can buy it and keep it, like a lot of other cars, I would do so. Why not? It's kind of unique. It is a great condition. It is a great quality for the Mercedes. The inside, the interior looks amazing also. Look at the handles, the door panels. They're not making noise. They are in a great shape. Like I said, the whole car, the stitches, they still looks like new, like the car came from the factory not time ago. And if I would not tell you how many miles on this car, you might gonna say, I don't know, like 30, 40, but not 70 for sure. The seat, yeah, but again, we can do the upholstery, we can paint it, and it's gonna look like new. The whole seat itself looks amazing. Nothing falling apart, everything on the spot. the steering wheel, it is a Alcantara, and it's not falling apart too. That's amazing. I mean, the GT Mercedes, especially AMG one, it is a totally different animal, that's for sure. So let's check it out under the hood. That's what I like to see on any car. How's it feeling right now? If there is any leak, any coolant smell, or any oil leak smell, maybe there is a valve cover or something else. Wow, that's beautiful. So V8, 503 horsepower. This car making 0 to 60 in only, I think, 3.7 seconds. Look how clean this engine is right now. Everywhere. I mean, yes, the car been detailed, but in general, it's such a nice and clean car. Those two big turbos, for sure you can switch it for something else, or maybe do different programming for your PCM, and it's gonna run totally different. But we are talking about original AMG GTS, and it's an all-wheel drive, 503 horsepower, and it's 2016. Look at this radiator grille. It looks fantastic. As far as I know, not so many mechanics likes to work on a Mercedes's turbo engines. They kind of complicated. All those pipes, coolant lines, they all leaking, cracking, and all that piece of crap. But again, if you compare GT with just regular Mercedes turbo, for sure AMG, it's gonna be totally different animal. Even they build it tough. And what about the maintenance? This owner who had this car for almost 2 years, she was not saying she had a lot of problems with the car, and in general she's been doing just regular maintenance, oil change, coolant, even the brake fluid she done it also. So like the brakes, because she was doing the brake pads on time, she said she never replaced the rotors itself. So I don't know how bad is that or not, but they looks really good. Even here, I would not say I have to replace it. 70,000 miles, and I don't think somebody replaced those rotors. The brake pads, they looks new, and they not that crazy expensive. Even, I mean, if you're gonna go to the dealer, for sure you're gonna pay about 2,500 maybe for the brakes, maybe 2,000. I'm not sure about yet, because I never done service on the brakes at Mercedes on that kind of car. The rear brakes, they looks amazing too. Like I said, the brake pads, they've been replaced. The tires in a great shape. So for 2 years of owning this car, the owner replaced tires once, and I think brakes she replaced twice. So the car in amazing shape. It has a clean Carfax, there is no accident, so that's why all the lines, all the gaps, they still factory, nothing going on. That's what I like to see on a cars like that, because this car is supposed to be always clean, it's supposed to be always in a great shape, and even under the hood it's supposed to be clean, because in case you want to show your car to someone, to your neighbor, to your friend, are you going to show your car as a dirty, or you're going to clean it and drive it as a great owner for the Mercedes GT. We are done with the engine compartment. Let's go to the trunk compartment and see if we got any space. What do we got here? Yeah, that's for sure. You can put some maybe grocery stuff, or maybe your diplomat. If somebody is still using that, you can also put it. But other than that, not so many place. Maybe actually you can put the Christmas tree, because this one gonna go down, so you're gonna have a lot of space. So the Christmas tree gonna go straight to your dashboard right there. One day you might gonna get inside the trunk and you're gonna try to find a button right there. You're not gonna find it because there is no button. Instead of the button, we got this wire to open the trunk if somebody gonna lock you inside. But it's so stupid to lock you inside the trunk, because you have an access to the front seats. The trunk lid itself, it is aluminum piece, but look how tiny is that, and it still has an active rear spoiler. So basically you're gonna reach 55 miles and it's gonna go up and gonna go down as soon as you're gonna drop your speed. That's crazy how many technologies you have in such a small trunk lid. It is a small, it is a tiny, and it's super light. I would say if you are the owner of the car like that, don't try to use Chinese tires, because if you're gonna reach the high speed, the Chinese tires, cheap one, they're not gonna get what you want. But you want to get the control of your car on a high speed, you want to get good braking. For the brakes itself and for the brake pads, you have to have the good tires, the one it's gonna, you know, like be like the cat, the one that's catching the road. Otherwise it's going to be sleepy and the temperature going to be high, so the tires, they're not going to hold it if it's bad. Also pay attention when you buy the car, especially the car like that, how many years those tires, because right now in California, for example, we have that law, the tires not supposed to be older than 6 years, and as we can see right now, it is 2023, so 1 year old, the tires are great. But if you buy the car like that, always pay attention, because looks like the tires, it's not that expensive, you can replace it maybe, but the tires like that 295/30 are 20, they're gonna cost about 700-800 each, maybe, especially if you're buying Toyo or Pirelli or Michelin. So not bad idea to check it. If the tires are bad on the car like that, just get a huge discount from the seller. So I'm gonna go start it up right now, so you're gonna hear the exhaust system. Exhaust system on this car, it's a pure Mercedes AMG V8. Wow. And even right now I have a sport mode, the exhaust is still loud, but if we're gonna go on a sport or sport plus, can you hear it? And I can go on a race mode, so the race mode gonna give me even more nice sound like this. We're gonna go back to all those crazy settings on the engine and transmission and also suspension. So it is a cool car to drive it on a ACH or maybe on a PCH over the weekend. I'm gonna actually take it on a ACH this Sunday and see how it's gonna sit all the way up on the mountains. So because right now I do have that nice portable video camera, so I can show you what's going on under the car. If you are interested about it, why not? Look how low this car to the ground, and look how clean engine bay. Not even on the top, even on the floor, there is no oil leaks, there is nothing. I mean, it's so weird. This car, Mercedes, it's 8 years old, it has 70 miles on it, and it's not leaking oil or coolant. I mean, it is AMG and it's a great quality. That's what you can prove it by looking under the car. So guys, right now I think it's a great time to drive this car around and see how cool is that handling and how bumpy it is. So when you get inside, what you can see a lot of cool buttons. Number one, that's your modes, right? So you can drive it on individual. I think it's not intelligent, that's individual, so you basically can adjust a lot of settings for yourself for the way you're driving it. So we got the comfort mode, we got the sport plus, and the race mode if you want to take it on a track. So we got the engine start stop. For some reason, if this button is not working, what you can do, you can simply take the key, right, open the armrest, put it right there. Yes, we got the ignition lock right here, and we can switch it and start the car. In case your battery might be dead inside the key, or this button just got so many Coca-Cola or Starbucks from you, so it's not working anymore. So let's proceed. We got the traction control off, we got the suspension mode, so we can make it tight or we can make it super tight and it's going to be super bumpy. Exhaust system, yes, you can do that, same as a Porsche. You can open those flappers and it's going to be even more loud. I love it. So after that, we go and stop and start. I don't like this function at all. And we got this. So basically it's a manual mode. What you can do on that, you can use your shifters on the steering wheel. I don't know how comfortable is that to use only those, especially if you're driving up the hill or down the hill. I mean, you have to love it. So what about next? We got the Burmester sound system, for sure sound system. That's a top. It's a Mercedes. It is a AMG GTS. That's supposed to be the best one. And mileage, 70,610 miles, 70,000 market value. Not cheap, but same time, it's not bad at all. 70,000 you might can get, like, I don't know, Toyota Tundra or Kia, whatever the biggest SUV right now available, or maybe electric car. But how can you compare any EV car to this beautiful Mercedes AMG V8? I mean, I just cannot for sure. So what it's like to drive Mercedes GT Coupe? That's a good question actually. The suspension is so tight, it's so bumpy, and even right now I'm driving on the comfort mode, there is still not comfort. I mean, the city of Los Angeles kinda not the good raceway, I would say so, to drive those kind of cars. But somehow this car got 70,000 miles on the clock, and the car is feeling so good. There is no play in the steering, there is no weird noise from the suspension or engine, transmission shifting great, and it just feels like super high quality. And as of right now, I'm still thinking Mercedes was not making money on this car. It was like more have to. We have to do that kind of car, we have to do the production because it's a supercar, people gonna buy it. For sure, it's gonna find the new owner. And it was. Even right now, 70,000 miles, 2016, this car going for 65, 70,000 on the price. And it's not cheap at all. So how I'm feeling myself? I'm feeling like I'm squeezed. So for sure it's not my daily car, and I would never buy Mercedes GT as my daily. The weekend car, yes, to take it somewhere with my friends, you know, to drive it around, to push on it, like to spend a lot of money for the gas, because you're gonna, believe me or not, even if you're gonna drive it on a manual mode or Sport Plus race mode, you have to spend at least, like, I don't know, $200, maybe $250 in California for like one day. That's like this, because I had half tank. I drove it maybe like, I don't know, 10 miles. So right now we got 1, 2, 3 bars. So I'm missing 3 bars for like just a little bit. I already spent some money. What's going on right here? Right here we got some additional stuff. So we got the heated seats, we got rear spoiler. It can be active, but same time it can be manual, so you can open it if you want to, or you can close it if you don't like it. So after that we got hazard light, we got the parking sensor if we need so, and we got the heated passenger seat. What I don't like, and I would say Mercedes have to be more orientated for the people, because we got only backup camera. There is no 360 camera. Yes, we got the parking sensors, but what about the camera on the front? And for example, if you're gonna check the supercar like Ferrari FF, even 2012, they used to put the front bumper camera so you can park your car gently. But this Mercedes looks like, again, they didn't care about it. they just put one camera, assuming that's more than enough for the how much used to be this car, 160, 170,000. I think it's a kind of no to the 360 or to backup camera itself. I just so like it, and I like the control. I mean, this car, it's like a toy, you know. Oof. But at the same time, it's so dangerous to drive on a high speed in the city, any city, because it's just going not under your control at all. You have no idea what's the other drivers thinking, and they might thinking you're not driving that crazy, you're not driving that fast, so they might gonna try to turn or cut in front of you, but you're on a high speed, and this car gonna get an accident like this. So by driving in LA, you never know who you're gonna meet. Look at this Jeep. What is it? I think it's a Jeep Cherokee or Grand Cherokee, but it looks something like that. And now it is a convertible. Convertible with 4 sport seats. Yeah, it is a Cherokee. That's kind of crazy car. Isn't it crazy? Look. So Los Angeles, it's a wonderful city, even though we have a $6 for the gallon of premium gas, because this car takes only premium. There is nothing else you can use for this one, unless you don't care about your engine, you don't care about your turbos, you're just gonna run the car. You can use 87 all the way. So what about the interior? Again, it is a bumpy car. I wouldn't say I'm enjoying too much. It's so comfortable. It's not comfortable. I'm enjoying a lot. I like the way it drives. You have to handle it. You have to work on your skills to drive those kind of cars, because there is no excuses. There is no excuses for you to have a 500 horsepower under the hood, and there is no excuses if you're gonna get an accident by your fault, because you've been trying to drive as crazy as you can. You know, you got your car for several days of rental, and now you're gonna squeeze all the juices. No, you cannot do so. You have to drive it comfortable, nicely, and if you're somewhere far away, you can do whatever you want to do. So the moonroof, we don't have any moonroof, but we have a panoramic glass, and it's a plastic. I'm feeling it as a plastic, so, but maybe it's a glass. I don't think it's a glass. Let's try right now. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get the key. Oh no, it's actually glass. It's not the plastic. It is a glass. That's why there is no clear on the top, because I was thinking the clear a little bit peeling, but it's actually not. Would I drive like that? Would you drive like this? I don't, especially in Los Angeles. Again, there is the sun heating the interior so much. I have to use the climate control all the way to actually just 71, because we got 80 outside. What I want to say today by doing this video on this beautiful Mercedes GT, AMG GT or GT AMG S, whatever you're gonna call it, it is expensive, it is beautiful, and it's a Mercedes. I want to say the life is too short to drive boring cars. If you have opportunity, if you have a chance to borrow the car like that from someone, to rent one for a couple days, or maybe to buy one like this or similar, any cool expensive car, do that. Life is too short. You know, you never know what's gonna happen tomorrow, that's for sure. And how long you're gonna drive your boring car? Until you're gonna get 70 or 60 or 80. And that's the way I'm thinking right now. So if I have a choice to drive the car like this, or to drive something less expensive, better on gas, to save some money for the family, and do, we're always gonna have some points to save money. We're always gonna have some things to spend money, and it feels like more important for you, for your family, to do that. But what about you? What about me? What about ourselves? That's the important stuff. Because when we are feeling good, everybody else around us feeling great also. And please guys, get the chance, try your best, get the car like this. Like I say, borrow it, rent it, doesn't matter, spend the money, because money gonna come. Your life is not gonna be the same. Your life is not gonna be that young as of right now. Tomorrow you're gonna get 1 day older, after tomorrow 2 days older. You wanna live right now, and you wanna drive the nice cars like this, or maybe like something else. I'm not saying buy only Mercedes. Mercedes is good. 70,000, it's not the big money nowadays. It's a new Hyundai, top of the line. It's a new Honda, or it's a new EV car. But what about the Mercedes? What about real V8, V12, or whatever, Audi V10, something nice, something powerful, something making a lot of noise? Think about it. Buy one. Enjoy your life. Happy for you. Be happy for me. See you soon, guys. Love you all.